Hey, it's Jim for the 3 Minute AD. Notice I've changed the background today because it's 73 degrees here on Long Island. Don't ask me why. I can't explain it. We had a week and a half ago, we had 28 inches of snow, and now it's basically all gone, and here we are. So I thought I'd have a little tropical thing that only lasts for today, of course, because it's going to get cold again. Anyway, this is our pre-conference 3 Minute AD. We start next week. We've pitched it about as much as I possibly could between the emails through Final Forms and social media, and we're kind of stuck under 300, and that's not normal for us. And I'm trying to figure out why. And I texted one of the guys from one of the other chapters yesterday, and I said, you guys are a little light this time around. Why? And he said, Jim, he goes, we're a lot of small school guys, they can't get out. And I thought about that for a second and I go, the multiple role AD, the ones that are um, working as APs and as deans, we just don't know enough about them because guys like me that came from a large school, we don't necessarily appreciate. Plus, my section and chapter had 95% schools were A, double A, and triple A, and the BCD guys were very small, and we always left them to figure out their own devices. But even on Long Island, not a lot of those small school guys are working in multiple roles like AP and dean and things like that. They could be a director of personnel, they could be the nurses or facilities or something like that. So I thought about that. And then I thought about the people that are signing off on them going to conferences. And that's the bothersome part here. The superintendents, and I've spoken at superintendent conferences, the New York State Council of School Superintendent Conferences in Saratoga a couple of times. And there's small school superintendents there. They somehow manage to get out of their school and the large job that they have and get out to go to professional development. And they do go to the workshops and they do go to the section item, the different section items that they have and the subject matter, but it's crowded. And there's a lot of superintendents there. And then there was just a recent one last week where there was over 400 superintendents at. So why can't these guys get the time to come? Is it that much for them to be able to get out that the superintendents can't support them or their principals even for that matter to support them to get out? And if the superintendent isn't listening to this right now, and if this is just ADs, send it to your superintendent. I have one simple question. Why don't you support your ADs? If the AD is the one that's not trying to get out, that's on them. I get it. But if an AD comes to you with a request to go to a conference to reduce your district's vulnerability to litigation or to learn more about being an athletic director or to fight that battle that they fight every day from 3 o'clock till whatever time they're there, after having been checking in at 7 or 7:30 to start the school day because of multiple jobs, why aren't you supporting that? Why aren't you giving them the opportunity to get not a break from the action? This is about networking, about trying to find paths of least resistance for them in that job that's that second part of the day. And you know as well as I do, they're still answering questions about what happened during the day because the kids that they deal with during the day are the same ones they see in the afternoon. So, what better way to show how much you respect the job of an athletic director than to support them in their need to go for a conference? And yes, say what you want. You just want them there because we get revenue from that. We're only as good as the people that work for us. And if we can give them more context on their job, hey, that's our place. But if we can just offer a day or two, you don't want to give them the whole 4 days, 3 or 4 days. You don't want them to take LTC classes. Fine, we can do that online. But this year, Wednesday at 12, it starts. Thursday all day. Friday in the morning, they're done by 12. You're not going to get this till late. I know it's a little late. This probably should have been something I sent out a couple of weeks ago, but I didn't realize that we're going to struggle to get to 300 this year. And for that one or two sections where the numbers are very low, it's because these guys can't get out. And if they're new, even more reason to get them out. If your AD has less than 5 years on the job, go. This is my 25th conference. I've gotten something every time I've gone out of the conference. Getting some tidbit of something just by networking with another AD, not necessarily from a workshop. We're definitely going to get things from the workshop this year because we got some great ones, but just being able to hear the stories from other ADs. Because truth be told, you don't even let them go to their section meetings. They have to stay in school all day. So to get them out is like pulling teeth. I get it. I get it. The operation of the school during the day is the most important thing. But if you're going to pay someone a stipend or a salary to do this part of the job, then please support them. Please support them. That's all I ask. Um, Again, if you're an AD listening to this and you're not able to come to the conference, I get it. We're going to do the best we can for you. We're there to support you. And truth be told, this is not about public schools. This is not about the NYSPHSAA. This is about everybody involved. We're talking about NYSAIS. We're talking about the CHSAA and the PSAL in New York, and also the charter schools. And also, I understand there was a group of the independent Hebrew schools out there. We represent everybody, all encompassing. We are not the offshoot of the NYSPHSAA, even though that makes up most of our membership. So I just want to clarify that too as well. So if you're a head of school listening to this, support your athletic director. If you're a chancellor, support your athletic director. If you're a board of education member listening to this, support your athletic director in some way, shape, or form. If it's not this conference, there'll be another one, and we've got one coming this summer. So again, Jim for the 3-minute AD, a little longer this time, unfortunately, but I wish you guys the best. And for those coming to the conference, we'll see you next week. It's going to be a great one. Thanks.